This chapter is about security controls. Security controls are various controls put in place to minimize risks from occurring. In the cybersecurity field, this would be data security, device security, application security, network security, physical security, and so on. A few best practices would be having a list of authorized items, which could be used to track authorized items on the network, as well as find any unauthorized items, which could be rogue devices on the network. For configurations on devices and applications, you should follow some guidelines, such as not having default configurations or default passwords, as well as having consistent configurations on devices. Updates should also be automated, preferably, unless there is a reason not to have automated updates. Security against malware should be implemented by having devices such as IDS and IPS devices, as well as software such as antivirus software. This should be preferably managed by a centralized system and be updated consistently or be cloud-based. Wireless access to the network should be limited and be authenticated and authorized. Devices should preferably only be able to join authorized networks, as well as implementing good security and encryption. Data security should be implemented by checking the confidentiality and the integrity of the data consistently. Backups should be made regularly and should be reviewed once in a while, as well as the backups should be encrypted as well as possible. Monitoring and logging should be enabled on all devices that can do it. They should preferably use 2 NTP servers for their time, as well as have enough storage capacity for all the logs, as well as reviewing the logs on a consistent basis, be it weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. Edge security should be implemented at all the edges on the network, be it the WAN side, DMZ, or the intra. IPs that are in the network or coming into the network should be filtered based on malicious behavior or being from a IP address space that shouldn't be there. Security should be implemented by using hardware just as IDS or IPS devices, as well as multi-factor authentication for VPN access to the network. User monitoring and management should be centralized, as well as reviewing users to see if they are active, and in case they aren't active, disable them for further review to see if there's anything special about them. And if a computer goes into an idle state, as in nobody uses it for, let's say, 5 to 10 minutes, it should log off from the user automatically. Incident response, as in when an incident occurs or a risk occurs, should have clear guidelines to how people should act. The incident response team should have clear guidelines on what their tasks are during an incident, as well as having a third-party platform for notifying about possible risks, either to the network or the data or whatever it happens to be at the moment.